This podcast is a production of Unfiltered Studios. If you would like to know more about joining Unfiltered Studios, please visit our website at unfpod.com for more information.
Help, I've stepped into the twilight zone, through the scary door that leads to the unknown. It's best if you keep thinking happy thoughts, or you might get turned into a jack-in-the-box. Young Anthony's old Dan, you're a very bad man.
You're a very bad man.
Birthday didn't go as planned. You're a very bad man.
It's good what you've done today. It's real good.
At Treasures Unlimited, you can buy eerie things, a ventriloquist dummy that can move without strings, and a slot machine. I'm pretty sure I heard it call me. This old camera shows the future to help you commit crime. A stopwatch that freezes time. And for your daughter, get this pretty wind-up talking dolly.
My name is Donkey Tina, and I'm going to kill you.
Help, I've stepped into the twilight zone. There's a dead grandma on my toy telephone. A blonde bombshell shunned by some pig-nosed freaks, so she would fit in at a convention for geeks. Now I don't mean to complain, but there's a man on the wing of the plane.
We mixed, we loaded it, we edited it.
Sometimes we get so deep into conversation that we have separate segments worthy of their own place in the sun.
Here is a reshuffled mini episode.
I did kind of have fun going for this because I saw just kind of like Star Trek. There was, or X-Files even. I was finding is like, ooh, I got this episode mixed up with that episode. It's similar. It's like two sides of the same coin, but you can tell which one is which on closer examination.
And I found out there was an episode even that was banned for decades that I see is out on Paramount now. That
I was going to ask which ones exactly.
It's the encounter with George Takei.
Yeah. Oh, so that. Yeah, because that is definitely one of my favorite ones. But I figured they just aired it late at night or something. But wow, okay, so because I think he does use a racial slur for Asian people in one moment, I believe. When I
the intensity of it too,
it's very traumatic, and I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I could have sworn I've still seen it on occasion re-aired at like 3 a.m. on some of those cable channels. So, but what do I know?
Well, they never reran it in the initial run. I think that's.
Oh, okay. So it was. They're just talking what was banned initially at one point before. Okay. Season 1, looking back at it, there's a lot of just interesting ones that make you wonder, like, what would have happened if someone had like adapted some of these. In fact, even episode 16, known as The Hitchhiker, and episode
Inger Stevenson. I remember that one.
And episode 34, The After Hours. Which is about the odd salesperson in an empty department store going crazy.
Yeah.
Those are both heavily referenced in the original Wishmaster on closer inspection.
Yeah.
Cheaper than a funeral.
Interesting about the Hitchhiker is that's an urban legend. Somebody picks up a hitchhiker and it turns out to be a ghost. But in the Twilight Zone, they're both ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which makes it even creepier because you're just like
going my way,
You're expecting it to just be one opposing force, and it's like, no, he's basically introducing this gal to the ghost world.
There's an episode with Jack Klugman and Artemis Gordon, guy from Wild Wild West.
I know. Ross Martin.
Where they're in space and they find a crashed ship and they are dead on this crashed ship, and they also turn out to be ghosts.
Klugman was really fun to watch in these. I saw just about like 3 different ones he was in, and again, this is all before his signature role in Odd Couple, and you're like, whoa, man, he's a really intense, dramatic actor.
Well, that came from him doing, I think, 12 Angry Men too, because you got to think, that he was a Broadway guy.
That makes sense. Okay.
Serling had a knack of just picking people and putting them in that no one had heard of or seen before, and it was just kind of like, all right, you're doing a Twilight Zone episode, and some people went on to like big things, like Shatner.
I really find his first episode, everyone references the Gremlin on the plane episode. I like the other one he does prior to this that no one really talks about, where
the
he's
young couple.
Check of Time.
Yeah, he's coming into town and he's like, "Where is everyone?"
No. Are you talking about Shatner?
No, he's the honeymooner guy in a diner with special guests. My bad. Okay, but
yeah.
Yes, the "Where is everyone" is definitely.
It's the first episode with
yes.
Earl Holliman. Yeah.
Earl Holliman. Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah. And I mean,
go ahead.
Let me tell you something, Peppa.
Peppa, you're going undercover.
I love how even if you don't dig the execution of some episodes, just they will stick with you. I mean, episode 9 of season 1 had one where this person was afraid to fall asleep, and there's plenty of other kind of allegories for salespeople and gangsters. I mean, Martin Landau's in a.
There's one I love with Ed Wynn and Murray Hamilton, where Murray Hamilton's deaf, and Ed Wynn is this old school like peddler. This a guy who and he has to keep death at bay because this little girl gets hit by a car, and Ed Wynn keeps him occupied.
One for the angels. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And I love that one because, at the end, Murray Hamilton says, well, I've got to take a soul. He's like, well, I did all I could here. I'll go with you, Just really, and that's the thing, is if you look at who was writing those episodes, it was Serling, Richard Matheson, who was, and I forgot who the other guy was. It was like 3 of them wrote 80 out of the 170 episodes.
That makes sense. And we mentioned the John Carradine one before, where he's the old man in the cave. I'm
the old man in the cave.
I have found the devil. Yeah. And
no. Wait, that's the one where
that's the Howling Man. Yeah, and it was by Charles Beaumont. Yeah, who was another one of the main writers who's had a big prolific genre career. There's so many other great megastars. Robert Redford's also in that season. I love how there's a War of the Worlds type one where there's a phony nuclear war scenario transmitted, but I love the one where the Western TV star is transported to the actual Wild West.
There's one they
he's
did
a spoiled actor, and he's like, I need a stunt man. Oh, there is no stunt man. I gotta actually fight these guys.
Well, my favorite is the one with Buster Keaton, where they actually did it. Yeah, it's one of the I think
where he travels through. He travels through.
Once upon a time,
Stanley Adams, Cyrano Jones, in Star Trek.
Oh, good
Trouble
catch.
with Tribbles. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good episode. I like it. I think it's one of my favorite ones because he's like, it's like he goes back in time. It's the silent era, and then he comes to the future and it's sound, and it's like
very ahead of its time considering when this is made. This is made in 1961, and you're like, they were really thinking ahead of. I recommend, out of all these movies that have been made and spin-offs that haven't always landed, did anyone ever see the Lost Classics, which was introduced by James Earl Jones, which was a 94 special?
No.
I think you can find it on Amazon in some capacity, but basically these were 2 sterling scripts that they were written but never adapted, and they star Amy Irving, Gary Cole, and Jack Palance.
Oh wow!
The first one, The Theater, is about a young girl who goes to the cinema to see His Girl Friday, and then suddenly she sees scenes from her own life instead of said comedy. And then there was the other one, Where the Dead Are, where I think Palance is the professor, if I remember, where is performing an appendix operation and discovers that the person he operated on suffered from a fracture 12 years ago, and no one could have survived said injury, so he travels to the mysterious island where that man visited. But I mainly remember the initial one. That was definitely the more interesting one. But I think you guys will at least like that they're trying to actually capture the main style instead of trying to be too different for their own good.
The one that I always loved was, did you ever see the one the one with the two kids? They dive in the pool and they wind up at this old lady's house, and it's like,
yeah, that's like the final
Earl Hamner
episode.
wrote it.
The bewitching pool.
I think so. And they're getting away from their abusive parents.
Yeah, the parents are always fighting. So the daughter and the son,
it's their getaway. Yeah,
dive in this pool and they wind up at this old lady's house. She's
and
like
that's
grandma.
The final fucking episode. Can you think about that?
Yeah,
I can't think of a show with a more darker final episode.
Yeah, and then not only that, but the girl in it is the girl who played Scout in To Kill a Mockingbird.
That's her?
Miriam Badham. And then what you find out later is her voice changed. So they had June Foray dub in the voice. The voice of, yeah. I found this out. I was looking it up online, and I was like, holy shit. Because you tell at one point she's in her normal voice, and then her voice kind of changed up, and they were like, all right, we got to overdub her. And they brought June Foray in, and June Foray did her voice for her. And
Rocky and Bullwinkle. And, yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
On, sure.
Yeah.
I noticed something. I think in the first episode, Where Is Everybody? About 10 minutes in, he's wandering around the empty town. I swear it's the same set as Back to the Future when Marty goes back.
It might be.
It is.
And I bet that was a tribute.
It probably was, knowing Zemeckis. Yeah. He likes to.
Yeah. I remember take a look at it. I said, "Boy, I've seen that before." And then,
but that's a good point. Yeah, I did see it, and I was like, I feel like that Watchtower has been in a few.
And I want to say that Zemeckis had a part or was part of the Twilight Zone movie.
I think he might have had a hand in on that one. Maybe.
Yeah.
Let's see. 83. I remember Joe Dante, George Miller. Okay, John Landis and Spielberg.
No.
Okay. But
no.
I don't think you're far off. I mean, he did work on Tales from the Crypt, which is a very zone-ish.
Well, the thing I love about the Twilight Zone, that one with Billy Mummy playing the kid.
Yes,
and then he sends kids to the cornfield.
And he reprised it in the 2002 version, which was very wild. He's all grown up.
Also in the movie.
Yeah,
he is in the movie. That's right. Yeah.
And you know that's his daughter in the new episode. That was his real life daughter.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Okay. You know,
shoot.
He did another very dark one with the telephone when this grandma died.
Yeah.
And she pretty much tells him to commit suicide. He jumps into the pool and almost drowns. And man, cheer up,
talking about this back then.
You know. Yeah. Some of those episodes get really, really dark.
Well, the one I remember, Mike, is the guy who's like, they're in this gentleman's club, and the guy's like, I bet you I can't talk for 1 year.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah. And then Jonathan Harris is playing like the go-between for them. He says, he did win the bet. He's like, how? He said, before this happened, he had his tongue cut out.
Oh yeah,
that's true. And just hearing them say that aloud is like, man, I didn't know you could say that back then.
Wow.
Howling Man's always the one that I love, because it's supposed to be, now from what I've always said is they're either the apostles, which is I'm kind of like, I always think about that, they're the apostles who's keeping the devil at bay, or they're just wizened old monks.
Yeah,
they're religious holy men, And then the guy's like, I'll let him out. And as he goes between each pillar, he becomes more and more like the devil,
Yes, he transforms. He becomes no better than the evil he's trying to dispose of.
Help, I stepped into the Twilight Zone. There's that hitchhiker again. Is he a clone? The moment I thought I had broken free, the Tower of Terror got the drop on me. Help, I've stepped into the Twilight Zone. Aliens fed us, just look how we have grown. The book that they brought is called To Serve Man. So why am I basting in this frying pan? Can't leave the Twilight Zone when the rerun hits the show. I'll never get back home when the rerun hits the show.
We'll return after these messages.
Hey, it's Brent Pope, the host of Breakfast with Brent Pope. You've seen me on some of your favorite TV shows saying things like, "Give it up, Jimmy. You got to sink this putt to win." On Breakfast with Brent Pope, I sit down with guests from the entertainment world, and we do it all over breakfast. Or should I say Brentfast? Every week on Brentfast, you get inside Hollywood info and tips, great breakfast recs and booty debates. Most of all, you get the most delightful 30 minutes of your week. So dig in. It's Brentfast time. Listen at Brentfast.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever fine podcasts are found.
Welcome to the Better Call Daddy Show, the #1 podcast where we admit, no matter what happens, Daddy has the advice we need to fix our problems. Introducing my dad, Mr. Wayne Friedman.
That was good. It would be nice if you could also sing a song.
What would the song be?
You love Paris in the springtime. I just made up some words to it.
I love Rena in the springtime. I love Rena in the fall.
That's right. That's good enough.
What I do is interview people of interest, share it with my dad, and get my dad's advice. My dad is my hero. Nobody's got my daddy.
Oh boy, let's go to Grandpa.
If you like to be a little rebel, I tried to rein you in. I have a daughter named Rena that acts just like I did. She's got a son that is not only just like me, but it's just like her.
I'm your host, Rena Friedman Watts. Invite your friends, subscribe, and I'm excited to take this journey with you. Let's dive in.
She was teasing this guy with this sword, and she accidentally cut his dick.
Oh my God, I'm dying.
And then he started to enjoy it.
I started going down the phone sex rabbit hole. You've got the wankers, and they jerk off in 5 seconds, and then they're done because A, they don't want to spend money, and B, they're quick.
My stepfather had mania. If I'm yelling at one of my kids, that fear, that rigid fear.
Mom even said to me, I hope you have a kid just like you.
There are lots of people that are being bought and sold right now for profit.
If you think you're going to kill yourself, shut up and kill yourself. If you're not going to kill yourself, then shut up, smarten up, and it's all on you. The bullshit has to end.
Wow.
When I was 11 years old, I was raped and molested over the course of a year.
What Jeffrey Epstein had was a sickness inside of him.
I am Evan Castrilli Carmichael. I could do anything that I believe that I can.
I'm so excited too. Let's go.
Next on Better Call Daddy with my mom and my grandpa.
Stay tuned.
Follow us on the web on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The podcast is available on Podbean, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Apple, and anywhere else podcasts are available. Feel free to review our show and leave comments on any of those sites. Thanks a million for listening.
It's a jacked up